have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I never thought there would be a day where I could do an entire video on the Giants' new uniforms for the 100th anniversary of the franchise. This is Tim. This is New York Giants Straight Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. So the 100-year anniversary, the Giants' 100th year anniversary, commemorative uniforms have dropped. Oh, some people are just going to be gaga over this, and some people are going to look at it for what it is and kind of see this and be like, oh, dear Lord, what the hell did we just do? And I'm going to talk about bad uniforms throughout the history of the NFL. These are the Century Red commemorative uniforms. I'm going to talk about the history of bad uniforms in the NFL. You could see the Pittsburgh Steelers one that is on the screen right now with the thumbnail. First, let's just quickly read the press release for this really fast. I love this. To commemorate their 100th season, the New York Giants unveiled a Century Red uniform, which the team will wear for up to 2 games in 2024. The platform is presented by United Airlines and launched after a 2-year process in a partnership with the NFL. Somebody needs to go back to the fucking drawing board. It harkens back to the earliest days of the franchise, featuring 10 pence, Red Sox, and blue and white stripes from the team's inaugural 1925 season. Can kind of understand that. Okay. The red jersey, everyone hated the red alternate jerseys years back. I have a red alternate jersey from 2007. I have one. And it's an Antonio Pierce, and I loved it. Other people hated it. And it was probably one of the most hated Giant uniforms until this one has come across the board. So they felt, you know what, we should go back to a red jersey, even though the Giants are known, particularly by this new generation of fans, as a blue and white team, in reference to the jerseys. The red jerseys accented with blue from 1933 when the Giants played in the first ever NFL championship game, an iconic winged helmet honoring the 1938 champions. As the Giants become a cornerstone in the foundation of the league, all the other teams wear 2024 jerseys will feature the Giants. All other teams, other Giants, not teams in the league, will feature the Giant 100 season patch. I actually liked the 100 season patch. I know some people didn't like it. I actually liked it. I thought it was well done. I thought it would accent the uniforms that we currently have well, especially if we wear the Giant helmet, that has, from the 80s, it says, Giants just on, scrawled across the top. Not the 70s NY. But I liked the patch. I really did. I thought it was a well thought out, a well done. I thought it was well designed, and I thought it would accent our current uniforms extremely well. And so we have been waiting for this to drop. We have been waiting for this to drop for a couple days now, especially with that video they put out yesterday. That video just harkens back to everything you know about football. This jersey was going to come in and revolutionize the New York Giants, and then they drop this garbage. I'm sorry, I don't like it. I don't think it's going to show well on television. I don't think that it looks. I honestly don't know what it looks like to me. And I'm an old fan, and I've got jerseys going back to the 70s. Actually, even before that, because my dad had jerseys in the 50s and the 60s. So I still have his jersey. So, I mean, you're looking at a new generation of a fan base that you have in the last, let's say, 25 years, and you've kind of just gotten away from that completely. I understand it's a history of the team, but you also need to focus. If you did a focus group, a lot of time in advertising, a lot of times in marketing, you do a focus group where you bring in a large number of people, different ages, different segments, and you speak about what the certain things mean to them, and you get their opinions. I don't think they did a focus group from the ages of, I would say, from 1990 to 2024. I don't think they did. I don't think they added any type of focus group into that. And then as I look at these jerseys, they don't make me want to vomit, but as I look at these jerseys and these helmets, I have to harken back to some of the worst jerseys and worst things that we made fun of in Giant fans. And that was the Bumblebee uniforms back in 1994 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Does anyone remember the Bumblebee uniforms, the Bumblebee jerseys with the regular Steeler helmet, and how we all made fun of that because the stripes on the socks going the way they were going, and the stripes on the jersey, and you tried to watch the game. And it was just too damn distracting. You couldn't watch Big Ben running around with that jersey on because you're kind of like, that's just bad, man. That's just gross. And then I think back to even worse time, and I remember the alternates they had for the Green Bay Packers. I don't remember what year it was, and I still remember. With the gray pants and the all color blue socks and the yellow helmet and the yellow and I mean, it was just, oh my God, it was navy and gold. It just looked so weird with the tan pants and the weird socks that you kind of just looked at it. And again, you watched that game and you tried not to vomit because it was so distracting. Now, we're not the only team to swing and miss on jerseys for big anniversaries. Does anyone remember the 75th year anniversary throwback jerseys for the Chicago Bears when they went all orange with white pants and the orange helmet with the Sieg? So they kind of looked like the old Bengals and they kind of looked like the Browns, but it didn't look anything Bear-esque. You looked like if you were buying that jersey that you were getting a Browns or a Bengals jersey. And I remember laughing at that one as well, trying to watch that game. And then I even think about the Baltimore Ravens. Oh God, go back and look at it. They had those weird color, like mustard colored pants. And then they had the same purple jersey with the stripe. It just, again, it was distracting to watch. And then I remember you had the Rams, which it wasn't as bad. The Rams, when they had the blue uniforms with the white, the white helmet, and I can understand that. But I just kind of laugh and look at this and go, and maybe it's because of the fact that I think that New York isn't a mecca. New York is in media central. And I kind of harken back. Like I said, if you want to make me really sick, go get me a Craig Morton jersey from 1978. That was one of the worst. The weird helmets and the stripes and everything else. And like I said, I cried when I got that uniform. And then I was thinking, you know what also was really bad? I remember we laughed at this team. I think Kevin Cobb was the quarterback at the time for the Philadelphia Eagles when they had those powder blue and yellow jerseys with a very similar helmet to the Giants. To a very similar helmet. Now that I think about it, it looked very similar to what the Giants had. And that was the Eagles. Maybe I just think more of this organization more, and maybe I shouldn't, because then I also think about those bad Bear jerseys. No, it wasn't the Bear. Again, it was the Packers jersey when they had those weird circles. They had those weird circle jerseys. Does anyone remember that? They had those one, like the brown helmet with the blue jerseys, and they had like it was like a yellow circle in the middle of it. Does anyone remember those? I mean, it and like I said, maybe it's just the fact that I'm expecting too much for the Giants. But more and more that I look at this, they basically just ripped off the Eagles and just changed the colors. That's what kind of like they did the Eagles throwback. I'm looking at the one from McNabb. It's kind of what I think they did. I don't know, man. I try with this team sometimes. Listen, when they started, and I understand the Giants legend thing. Normally, that stuff is free, especially for season ticket holders, which put up tons of money. And I understand they're giving the money to charity this year, but again, you're charging fans. It's not as bad as a medium Pepsi, but you're charging fans to go to these events. And you're supposed to be a fan-centric, a family-friendly organization. And I just laugh because it's like, I don't get it. And I know, like I said, I know I'm not supposed to be on this earth to get it for the New York Giants. But these are some of the worst jerseys that I've ever seen. We've made fun of teams for having jerseys such as this. And you're going to have a segment of the fan base that, because the Giants can do no wrong. And you know me. Lombardi. I said magic still lingers in the name. With doors on the ice and the snow. I think I'm just going to do the next whole video as John Vasunda. Good try, Giants. You nailed it on the logo. You whiffed big time on the jerseys. Luckily, it's only going to be for 2 games. And hopefully they're not home games. You know, one of them is going to be a home game. But hopefully they're not home games because I don't know if I want to be there when we're wearing these. when we're wearing this disaster. You got to have fun in life, guys. You got to have fun in life. Guys and gals, I got to say. And again, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'd be awesome.